So, we have a paradox here. Like, there's this expensive versus cheap items paradox, right? I mean, if you're into fashion, you probably know what I'm talking about because let's start with the expensive items, right? It is believed that they're good quality, right? They last long and everything. Well, not entirely. Sometimes manufacturers will cost you like a fortune for a very cheap items to manufacture just to trick you into thinking that's good quality and that will last you longer. Well, that's not the point of the video though. Let's assume that's the good quality. There is a problem. Like, not everyone affords these expensive toys. So let's put a pin on that. Let's talk about the cheap items, right? Those are assumed to be the worst of the worst, right? Again, that's not entirely true, and you guys know it. Sometimes cheap clothes, they hold their lifespan very, very good. But let's, for the sake of this video, let's assume that the cheap items we have, they don't last that long. They just get ruined in a split of a second, right? So, in our case, it's clothes because it's a fashion channel, so it's clothes. Let's assume that the cheap clothes, they don't last very long. Like, you wash it 3 or 4 times, they start losing their color or shape. So if you are like, you want to buy good quality clothes, it's a very affordable price. What do you do? Well, in this video, I'll be answering that question exactly and probably give you some ideas that you can use in the future. So here's the thing about buying cheap clothes. I'd say the good thing about buying cheap clothes is that you can always buy the new ones when the old one gets ruined, right? So it's like a life hack. Well, that's not entirely true because if you're doing your calculations correctly, the more you keep on buying those cheap clothes, like if you're doing your calculations, you can see that you might end up spending as equal or even more than the price you could have just spent buying the one expensive clothes that could have lasted you longer, right? So we have a problem. We have cheap clothes that you can always buy, but then you might end up spending even more money. And on the other side, we have expensive clothes that you might just sacrifice a certain amount of money and keep them for the longest time. So that's what we have on display. Then what do you do, like, if you want the other clothes for this price? At this point, what do you do? Well, before I give you the godly strategies of affordable fashion, I want to point out 2 things, right? So buying expensive clothes or buying clothes, big branded clothes at a premium price, it's not worth it, man. Like, it's not worth it because 8 times out of 10 you are being robbed. That's just what happens. And the second thing is, buying cheapest of cheapest is never a good idea. Believe me, I know it's never a good idea, so don't do it. So here's what you should do. You see that those expensive brands that you love so much, yeah, it's a good thing that they have factory shops. So what you should do is you should go out there or whatever town you live in, you search the town, like for the factory shops. Like, you search in and out. Like, you search is like you search for the factory shops, or as people are doing it and whatever. But whatever you do, you should search for the factory shops. Guess what? The factory shops, they sell their products at least half the price than the retail store. So you get the same product for half the price and same quality. So it's a win-win situation for you. Or the second idea that you can use is shop online. So online stores work like this. They usually sell their products at a little less price than the retail store. So if you think you can wait those few days for the products to arrive, to be delivered, then you're good. If you think that still isn't enough, here's the second thing. Online stores usually have more discounts than retail stores, so more times you'll find online stores with discount codes. Well, not even discount codes, just discounts than like retail stores. If you still think that deal isn't sweet enough for you, then here's the third one. If you're subscribed to that certain online store of your choice, from time to time they'll be sending you emails with discount codes. So basically, what you get is buying the same quality, the same clothing that you like for maybe 3 times less price. You can like they cost at the retail store. So again, it's a win-win-win situation for you, my friend. And this is why you should keep watching like my videos, because I got you. If anyone is interested in what I do personally when I'm shopping, so here's what I do. So let's refer to me as the alpha. So the alpha does this. Let's make the boots the example of my shopping. Like, okay, so what I'd do is I'd go to so before I go shopping, I usually decide like what kind of boots I like, right? So I know the design, and when I go to the stores, I know specifically what I'm looking for. So what I do is I'll go to each and every store that I know might have the design of boots that I like, and I'll compare the prices. So I'd go maybe at Markham's, whatever store that sells the boots that I like. Then after I compare the prices, then I see the lowest price, assuming the quality is the same, of course. So I'd go to each and every store, I compare the prices. Then if I have the price that I like, then I'll go to the online store and search for the same design of boots that I like. And then I look at the prices again. If it turns out that the stores have the cheapest price for the same quality and design of boots, then I'll go to the store. Or if the online stores have what I like, then the online store is the winner. Voila, just like that. But the way I do my shopping requires a lot of discipline. So what I do is, if I'm gonna, like, let's say for a different occasion, I get to a store and I see something I like, what I'll do is I'll give it a few hours before deciding to buy that particular item. The reason I do that is because it reduces the chances of me regretting my decisions. Because you guys have bought something before and you regretted the decision, and you know how it sucks that is. So it sucks to me too. And when I do that, if I give it a few minutes or a few hours, I give myself time to convince myself if I really wanted something. But if I couldn't convince myself that I wanted something, then why buy it in the first place? So it's just like that. So that's what I do. So now I'm gonna give you 2 of the online stores that I've used before, and I was happy with their service and the product. The first one is Superbalist, and the second one is Takealot. So there are many trustworthy online stores out there, so you can do your own research. Not only these 2 online stores sell the styles you all like. So maybe the online store of your choice sells the type of style. That's okay. But what I'd advise you on is that you should really do a background check and do research if your online store is really legit, because guys, it's the 21st century and it's a very cruel world out there. There are a lot of scammers, that's no doubt. So if you just gonna see an online store on the internet and then you decide to give them credit card information, you're definitely gonna get scammed. And I don't want to be the one to be blamed on that one. So if you're gonna do online stores, I suggest you do your research thoroughly before you decide to do any big damage to yourselves. So yeah, that was it for today's video, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you're still watching, please drop me a thumbs up. And keep watching my videos because I drop videos like this very often. And if you find this video informative, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Peace.